Hi everyone, this is Kathy with McCrafty Studios, and it is August 2024, and this is FlossTube number 8, I believe. So I have a few finishes, a few cross-stitch finishes, 3 fully finished objects, and a whole lot of their stitching I'd like to show you. So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and get started. I'm gonna start with my full finishes, and this first one is, I believe, Flea Market Baskets. It's by Holt. And I stitched this on 25 count Cloud Lugana, and it is the called for colors. I framed this myself. I did purchase the frame from the frame shop at Hobby Lobby, and I'm just really pleased with it. I did finish stitching it in 2024, and it's fully finished in 2024. So I will be having a full finish object video. It's just a short video, just kind of keep a record for everything that I have finished. So anyway, I just wanted to show you that. I'm really just thrilled with how this turned out. So there's that. And my second fully finished object is Home Sweet Home by Stitching with the Housewives. And I stitched this on a 28 count Monaco. And I did change out the colors a little bit. The board, this frame part, I got this from Hobby Lobby. I don't think they sell this anymore. I did get it this year. I'll go over the details in my fully finished video. I need to do one for this as well, but I'm super pleased with it. And I think it turned out great. Oh, and this is Priscilla's Pretty Plaids. And then, like I said, I fully finished this project. And this next project that I fully finished is, let's see, Home of the Brave by Hands On Design. Now, I finished stitching this in 2022. I think that's when the pattern came out. Yeah, 2022. I made notes of it on the back here. And this frame also came from Hobby Lobby. It's no longer available. I painted this and did some crackle finish, etc. And I stitched this on a 32 count vintage blue Whisper. It's by Zweigart. It's one of those printed fabrics. It's printed on one side and white on the other. But I just loved how this turned out. And again, this design is by Hands On Design. It's really cool. I just used the called for colors as well. I didn't make any changes to it. So anyway, very happy about that finish. So I'm going to pause now and put these up because I don't want to lay them on the floor. I have puppies, and so yeah, I will be right back. Okay, I'm back. Next I'll go over some of the stitching I worked on. I worked on Roses for Ruby. I'm a little bit further than I was the last time that I showed you, and I got basically the border in the upper left corner, and I'm using just the called for threads. So hopefully I'll get some more progress on this. In the next few weeks. I did a lot of stitching since the last time I had my video, and I did have another start. It was Ink Circles Jolly Green. This was a pattern from Market, and I am stitching this on a 40 count Morning Dove by Lakeside Linens. I'm using the called for Threadworks threads, and this is my start. Just a small start in there in the corner, but I couldn't wait to get that started. Love all the greens. And this next one is Cross Stitcher by Stitching with the Housewives. I am stitching mine on a 20 count paper bag by Xjude Designs. It's on an Ada. I have a specific finish in mind for this, so I needed a little bit smaller count, and I wanted to try the 20 count Ada, but I am changing the colors a little bit. I am using overdyes from Classic Colorworks, and the stitcher was in the original pattern, I think it was called Priscilla's Peppermint, but I changed that to Ribbon Red. And then I also changed the blue, but I can go over the changes when I get that finished. And then I believe I'm also using, I had a little bit of Anchor floss I tried on another project, and I'm just using the Anchor floss for the black. It's turning out really cool. And this next one is it's one of my 24 starts in 2024. It's the Summer, Autumn, Winter by Blackbird Designs. And I'm starting on the left side. And it's going to look like this right here. And I did start this on, excuse me for a moment. Sorry about that. I had a cough a little bit. This is part of a sal with the Floss Bossing Cousins. And I did start this on July 1st. And here's my progress. I am using the called for threads. And I'm using, I believe, a 36 count Winter Moon. There is a couple of changes I'm going to make, but I haven't gotten to the area where I'm stitching that. I did make a slight change on one or two of the colors, and I saw online somebody had changed their bird to black, and I'm playing around with the idea of changing that. I picked up a couple of different blacks. I also think that some other people that are part of the sal are changing their birds to black, but I haven't quite decided because the browns that were part of the color selection from Blackbird, I think they look pretty nice as well, but I also like Blackbird, so I haven't quite decided if I'm going to switch my birds out to black. I got to start on another 24, one of my list of 24 starts in 2024, and it was the Zimmerman Coverlet by Modern Folk Embroidery. And I'm changing the color a little bit. I'm doing mine on a 40 count Dragonfly fabric by Xjude Designs. And then the color that I picked out, it's a silk from Mrs. Sadis Silks, and I believe the color is Peacock. But that is my small start on that. And another 24 starts in 2024 is The Winter Is Past by Blackbird Designs. I really love this. I think it's really cool. And I am stitching mine with called for colors. And again, it's a very minimal start. It's just the flower in the upper left corner. I'm back again. As I was saying, I am stitching this. It's a small start. It's the flower in the upper left corner. And I'm stitching this on a 32 count Ancient by Picture This Plus. And I think the colors are gonna look fabulous on that. And I have another 24 starts in 2024, and it is Forget Me Not by Blackbird Designs. And a very small start up in the upper left corner. And I'm stitching this on a 40 count Mallow. This is Zweigart. Those little flowers are so pretty. Very pretty. And actually there's a couple of different, well, not a couple of different, there's an eyelet stitch some of these little buds here are actually an eyelet stitch. So that was kind of a cool surprise to do a specialty stitch. And I had a couple of fully stitched pieces. They're smaller ones. The last time I was working on Bluework pairs, and I actually finished the first pair. And this is being stitched on Winter Moon, I believe. And then I'm using the Call For Silk. It's a Dinky Dyes Persian Jade, I think. But anyway, that is a stitched finish from the last time. Since the last time I talked with you guys. I am working on some of my other starts, and I was working on Bloom Where You're Planted, and I originally was going to do this as a vertical picture, but since I'm still in the process of moving and I am changing that up, I've decided to make them 3 individual pillows. And I finished the bee since the last time. It was on here. And of course, these aren't ironed. I usually don't iron until I'm getting ready to fully finish the project. But the bee is right there. And then I showed you the little rain boot. From the last time, and that was finished from the last time. So, and then I actually started on the watering can, and my goal is to have that finished for my next FlossTube, so to have that stitched. So there is that. And I'm super excited. I've signed up for a cross stitch retreat. I didn't know if I was going to be able to make it. I went to one last year and I had a lot of fun, and I would like to try to make it to one every year, try to go to a different one. And since I was able to sign up for it, they're doing a small gift exchange, and I'm gonna go ahead and show you because I have so few subscribers, so I doubt very seriously if the person who receives this gift is gonna see this before it's actually given. But this is a really quick stitch. It's really cute. It's by Hands On Design, Stitch Some Happy. And I've decided I'm gonna make myself one as well. And this is the one I'm giving as a gift. Now this is just fully stitched. And that is finished. I did change out the colors a little bit. And then I'm going to use the same color palette on mine. And I will hopefully have that fully finished and on my next FlossTube. So anyway, I'm very excited about that. So that's a start and a finish since the last time I talked with you guys. And I guess now I'm gonna talk a little bit, I guess, about Sampler September. It is August, and I do have several samplers, or what I consider samplers, in my list of 24 starts in 2024. And the first one, I consider it a sampler. I don't know if others will, but Spring Quakers by Rosewood Manor. I would like to go ahead and get that started. I don't know how long I'm going to work on it. I do have the called for threads, and I selected a fabric, and I'll go over that, when I actually get it started. I do have the American Sampler House. And I think this might be a good one to take to my stitching retreat, maybe. I'm not sure. I haven't decided what projects I'm going to take, etc. It's, anyway, it's a few days, so I don't know. I mean, I always take more projects than I probably need, but I also want to take things that I don't have to focus on completely. and the Smith sampler by the Scarlett House. Now, all of these, again, are part of my 24 starts in 2024. And so hopefully I'll get these started, and I can't guarantee the kind of progress I'm going to have on them because I'm working on getting the smalls done for the retreat, and again, my goal is just to get it started. Then there's the Roses Blanches, I guess white roses by Reflet Soie. I think that's so pretty. Then I also have Summer at Cherry Hill by Brenda Gervais with my needle and thread. I think that would be a good one. I also have the Heartland sampler. I just love this sampler. It's by the Scarlett House. I also have the Spring Quaker by Lila Studio or Lila Studio. I'm not sure how to say it. I've heard it both ways. I think that would be a beautiful start. And then I also have Land That I Love by Teresa Kogut. This is all kitted up. It's also part of my 24 starts in 2024. And hopefully I can get a start on all of those. And then I also showed you guys this, the last one. This is not part of my 2024, my 24 starts in 2024, but it is one that I would like to get started. Is Remember Me sampler and tree, and I'm gonna do the sampler, which is right here. So I have that already kitted up. And next, I'm gonna go over some samplers that I actually had in my stash. Some of them I just newly acquired, so some of it's part of haul, and then some of it is kits that I wasn't gonna start, or it wasn't part of my 24 starts in 2024. It's kind of a tongue twister there, and I keep feeling like that's all I've said the last 5 minutes. But there's a few samplers that I would like to start on as well. And then part of it's part of haul, so I can't I'll get into those here in just a moment. But these are kits that I had from just in my, just ready and waiting to start. But I have this Plum Street sampler, this Happy Morning, the vintage version. Now I got this kitted from Country Samplers in Spring Green, Wisconsin. And I just thought it was beautiful. I think it was 2021, so it's 3 years ago. So anyway, I ordered this, and I'm considering starting this, even though it's not part of my 24 starts in 2024. And it's with all the called for, and of course they package everything so beautifully. Let me get my board here. This is how it came wrapped and packaged. I just pulled it out. I just pulled out the cover to show the pattern without it having glare on it. So that's a start that I'm actually gonna consider doing. And then I have another one. It's another Reflet de Soie, and it's Entrelac Blue. I don't speak French, but I thought this was beautiful, and I kitted it with called for Avera Soie, and no, not Avera Soie, it's Soie de J, called for Soie de J. Yep, Soie de J. And I haven't decided, I don't know if I'm going to make it a pin like this or just frame it. I like both versions actually, so I don't know. if I'm ambitious enough, who knows, I might stitch it twice, but I'll make that decision when it's actually stitched. So that actually is already, I'm back. This is a market release, I believe, from, yes, market release. It's by JBW Designs, and it is the Flights of Fancy. I just thought it was really cool. And I have this already kitted up, and this is part of haul. So I guess I need to talk about the fact that we're getting into the haul section. I purchased a lot of samplers, and I was influenced by a couple of people, as you can see, some of the samplers that I have purchased, but this is part of the haul. I know a lot of people don't like the haul, or so they say, but if you don't like the haul portion or don't want to see some of these samplers, I'll see you next time, and you can see some of my stitch progress on that. So anyway, thank you so much for stopping by and spending a few moments of your day with me, and I'll see you the next time. And the next purchase I made was the Bridget Power 1840. Now, I know a lot of people are doing this. Now, this is the cover sheet. This is a copy of the antique, and it doesn't really do it justice. I'm only gonna do the flower portion. I'm only gonna do that portion. I just think it's just beautiful. I was inspired by a couple of different people. I think it was the Woodpecker's Daughter on Contented Kim, or Contented Needleworker Kim. She was on a video, I don't know how many videos ago, but she was working on this particular one, and it was just beautiful. And then there's another FlossTube channel, and she's very focused on just doing 1 or 2 pieces at a time, and I can't think of her name right now, but she had mentioned that she is doing hers with a called for DMC, and then also she had selected 40 count up in the attic fabric, and unfortunately I don't have the 40 count up in the attic fabric, which is fine. It gave me an opportunity to purchase some linen from another dyer, and I was fortunate enough to be in a cross stitch store. I don't have a cross stitch store near where I live, and so I was able to see the color on a 56 count up in the attic piece of linen. So I just compared that color with some other colors that were in the store to get kind of a closer, or to get a good, you know, a good representation of that color. But mine will be a little bit different. And so I picked out the colors, and again, they're just DMCs. And I'm gonna try to tilt this up a little bit, but it's gonna be really beautiful. And the fabric that I'm using is a 40 count crepe by Seraphim Fabrics. And it's gonna look, I think, just beautiful. And I'm sorry about the light, guys. I'm trying, but I think it's gonna be just lovely. And I was considering the 56 count on for the up in the attic for that color, because it is a beautiful color. But I thought that maybe the DMC, the 1 strand of DMC, would be maybe too thick for a 56 count. I'm not an expert in, you know, the higher counts, but I can tell you that the thread is a little bit thicker than some of those finer silks. And in the store that I went to, unfortunately didn't have, I mean, they had some silks, but not some of the like the Swasserfine or the 103s, or, you know, some of those other silk conversions. So I picked out the charted DMC, and that's that's what I'm going to use on a 40 count crepe by Seraphim. So I'm really looking forward to starting that one. I also picked up this reminded me so much of my grandmother, this chart, and I was really close to my grandmother. She's the one who taught me how to embroider, and you know, I learned at a very young age. I was probably, goodness, I was in grade school when she taught me how to embroidery, hand embroidery. And it's something that I've loved ever since. And I have been working with needle and thread in some way, shape, or form since then. My grandmother was a, you know, just a wonderful seamstress. She made her clothes and my mom's and my uncles and things clothes when they were young. She would alter things. You know, she was shorter, so she always had to alter some of her clothes to make them, you know, fit her body. And she quilted and she embroidered, and yeah, I learned a lot from her, and I just wanted to do this for her. But this is from the Antique Sampler Reproduction. It's Cross Stitch Antiques, and it is Sarah Welch, 1764. And like I said, I haven't decided. I'm definitely not gonna put this right here. I'm gonna personalize it. I haven't quite decided how, but it'll be, you know, in memory or in honor of my grandmother. The other sampler, the Roses for Rubies, that was in honor of her 99th birthday. Unfortunately, I didn't get that finished before she passed away, but yeah, I think I'm gonna do this one in memorandum of her. And the fabric I'm using, it's gonna be a little bit lighter than what's shown in the picture, and I'm gonna use a 36 count white clay by Fox and Rabbit. And then these are the called for overdyes, and I think it'll look just lovely. And the store that I went to obviously is Colorado Cross Stitcher. It's probably, I don't know, I would say about an hour away from where I live, so that's probably my closest cross stitch store other than the internet. And I'm super excited about this. I think it's gonna look just beautiful. And then another, as I try to find space on my table here, another sampler that I picked up, and I was in love with this sampler. I saw this on Fox and Rabbit. They showed the finished piece, and this is a market release. I did buy the pattern. I just thought it was so cool. It is Ann Harper 1839. Again, it's another sampler. I have quite a few samplers to start between now and, you know, the end of September, but if it goes over September, that's okay too. And I'm doing mine on the called for. She did it on their, I think, Dust Bunny, 40 count Dust Bunny, and then that is what I have purchased. And then just the called for threads. So as I try to look this up, but sorry for the glare, but I didn't want to take all of those out. And I'm debating, I don't know, I'm debating on whether or not to change the house red. Maybe make the house red and then the door, you know, this, whatever they use for the stone color. I don't know. I'm just considering it. So who knows, but I just thought it was really cool. I'm not going to I'm gonna personalize this again. I'm not sure what I'm going to put there. I don't know if I'm going to put a quote or my name or what I'm going to do, but I really liked this sampler. So there's that. And then my last, well, not my last, my other new purchase, it was Flowers of the Quaker. It's by Rosewood Manor. And then I got the called for Valdanis, and I just think they're beautiful. And I'm gonna stitch this on the Valdani. You can separate it, I guess, and use a smaller or a higher thread count for your fabric. But I'm just gonna use mine on a 28 count everything else by Mystic Fabrics. Mystic Fabrics. And I just thought that would look very cool. And then I am part of the Berry Club with Dying to Stitch. I don't believe I showed you the the first installment of this year, and it's Francis's Sampler Berries, which I feel like falls in the sampler category. So I might start these as well. This is the first one, and then this is Francis's Peacock, and then Francis's Castle. This is the second one, and you get 3 berries a year, so that's the club. And sometimes they have an extra. Erica Michaels puts in a bonus berry on the 3rd installment. Sometimes she does, sometimes she doesn't, but anyway, there's those. And then because I'm going to the retreat and I felt like I needed some mindless stitching, I had purchased this. It's by Modern Folk Embroidery. It's called Hälsingland Blommor, and it's a Swedish design. It says Swedish style cushion design. I don't know if I'm gonna make it a cushion though. But I'm gonna do mine in blue, and I just thought it would be a good sample or good piece to work on at the retreat, because I thought I could go ahead and just outline, basically do the outline and then basically work on the border. I just thought that would be kind of mindless because it's repeated and all of the things, but that is what I think I'm gonna get that prepped for the retreat that I'm going to. And I think that about covers it. I will be putting up 3 fully finished videos for my 3 fully finishes. I like to kind of keep a record of that, and if somebody ever has a question, they can just go to the fully finished. Every time I get on FlossTube, I can't talk, I sneeze, I cough, my nose itches, all of the things. But I am gonna get those put up as well, and I thank you for stopping by. Please like and subscribe. I hope to see you again in a few weeks. My goal is to try to do this once a month, and it keeps me motivated. That way I keep working on my stitches, and then also it's been really fun to have some fully finished objects, so I'm looking forward to hanging those in my new home. And but anyway, I hope you all have a great rest of your summer, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.